So today we're going to build off of what we did yesterday. We're going to be writing the equation of lines given a point, so a single point this time, a point, and the slope. Okay, so a lot of what we have to do today is what we did yesterday. We're just going to have to work to get that second point. All right, and I give you the step-by-step here just so you know. So we're going to plot the point that we're given. So let's go back and read. It says, write the equation of the line that passes through the point -2, 3 and has a slope of -3. All right, so I'm going to start by first plotting that given point. So the point that they gave me was -2, 3. Oops. -2, 3. There's my given point. Okay, now it says use the slope to find another point. Okay, well, I know my slope is -3 or -3/1, which means I need to fall 3 and run 1. Okay, so that point right there, if I count, just actually look at that coordinate, the coordinate of that point is going to be -1, 0. Okay, so now look, this is just like yesterday. We have the point -2, 3, and we have the point -1, 0. I can still sketch in this line right here. I can still tell it's going to be a negative slope. It looks like my y-intercept is going to happen around -2. Okay, just kind of a guess. So let's go to our calculators. We're going to hit second plus 4, enter, in order to clear our list. We're going to input our data. So my first coordinate is going to be -1, 0. And then -2, 3. Okay, and I'm going to go to stat, go over to calculate, and I'm going to do number 4, linear regression. Hit enter. Okay, and so it gave me that my A value is -3 and my B value is also -3. Okay, so that allows me then to write my equation. So I know my equation is going to be y equals -3x minus 3. All right, so does that make sense? Well, my line is not great, right? So it was a little bit lower. It should have been down here. But that's just because I drew a bad line. So that was my fault. But it does have a negative slope, and it should have intersected down here like we kind of anticipated. So really, everything is the same as yesterday, except we need to work in order to find that second point. So let's try another one. Okay, let's go ahead and give this one a try. So my first point is at 1, 5. Here's that point. I've plotted that. My slope is 1/3. Remember, that is rise over run. I'm going to rise 1 and run 3. Okay, so I can read that second coordinate. So my second coordinate lies at 4, 6. Second coordinate lies at 4, 6. And my first one there was at 1, 5. So I have my 2 data points. I can kind of sketch my line there. Okay, and I want to go ahead and put that in my calculator. So I'm going to clear my list, go to stat, edit, put in my points. I'm going to go back to stat, over to calculate, number 4, hit enter. Okay, so I have my A value is at 0.333 repeating. My B value is at 4.6666667. All right, so now maybe this little that little cheat sheet from yesterday can help you. So if you look at 0.3 repeating, if you look at that sheet, what fraction is that? Okay, so flip back a page and see if you can figure out what fraction that is. You should see that it's 1/3. All right, now my y-intercept, you could leave like that. We should be able to recognize that this part is 2/3, so you could leave it as 4 2/3. If you did that math, if you typed in 4.6 repeating, just like I did here, and then you hit math, fraction, enter, math, enter, enter, like we talked about yesterday, it'll give you 14/3. Either way is acceptable. I would take both answers. So we have y equals 1/3 x plus, I'll just write it as 14/3. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, last one. My first point lies at -3, -4. My slope is 2/5, so up 2/5. Okay, so my coordinate is 2, -2. And something that we've been talking about that I probably should have pointed out, when we get those A and B values, we're really just confirming what our slope is because we really know what the slope is. We're just solving for the y-intercept. So we're just using that linear regression to solve for that. So go ahead and plug this in your calculator, clear your lists. We're going to go to Stat and Edit. We're going to go to Calculate. Okay, so you should get A is equal to 0.4 and B is equal to -2.8. All right, so 0.4, again, we know what the slope should be because I'm telling you that. But again, you could look on that form, right? You could look on that form. So we know y equals 2/5 x. And then my B value is a -2.8. Which, if I would have drawn in my line, not too bad, right? Not quite 3. So that's probably a good estimate. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. I accidentally typed in the wrong thing, and I did not get this slope, and that was a really good indication to me that I made a mistake somewhere on, and I needed to go back and check my answers. So use that slope up here, up at the top, in order to verify that you actually have the right answer and that you didn't type something in wrong. It's easy enough to do. All right, so you have a couple of problems on the back to finish, and then you are going to do an activity in Google Classroom. It is very simple. You're literally just dragging the equations to, like I give you information like what's up the top here. Okay, I give you information like that. You're just dragging the equation to it. I do have a class set of mice now in that blue box on top of the cart. So take a mouse, plug it in. No excuses if the mouse pad is too hard to use. You need to get this done today. It should not take you that long.